I think the beef with Sarah Bloom Raskin, who, by the way, former CNBC contributor, very nice person, always gracious to come on the show. Her husband is a sitting congressman from the 8th Congressional District of Maryland. And I think that is some of the concern, that maybe it's simply a little too close for comfort. How do you see that playing out?
Again, first of all, good morning, Brian. There's no question that there's a Chinese wall between fiscal policy and monetary policy in the United States, and fiscal policy is where Congress and the administration have to work, and monetary policy is where the Fed works. And there really they can talk, but they just can't affect each other's actions, because right now everyone knows the Fed's is going to be called upon to make some very, very politically unpopular moves in this year, raising interest rates or constricting money supply, or whatever they're going to do to get rid of inflation is going to be deeply impactful in politics. And so the challenge is that the Federal Reserve is going to have to do some things that really most members of Congress are not going to want them to do. And Sarah, having if confirmed in that job, she's going to have to do some very difficult things that may be at odds with what her husband wants.
Ultimately, do you see her and the other two being confirmed? Do all three get through, Chris?
I do. I think so. Look, Democrats control the Senate, and these are the Democratic president's picks, and so ultimately, I think they will likely be. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if that all four of them, including Chairman Powell, get some Republican support. It's a tall order. There's no question about it. And again, there is no question that there's going to be some very unpopular moves being made by the Fed Reserve in an election year. And so, I think getting anyone through right now is difficult, but getting people at the Fed is going to even be more difficult. I think again, they'll likely get confirmed.
Well, one of your roles, Chris, is to sort of bridge together the world of politics and markets. And the Federal Reserve, arguably not just interest rates, but its massive balance sheet unwind, is nearing one of the more delicate periods of its entire existence. If they screw this up, there is a lot at risk for the economy and for the financial markets. So your clients, right, the ones that you consult with, are they growing more nervous? Is there kind of just Fed nerves around how they're viewing their investments right now? Maybe getting a little more risk averse.
Yeah, there's no question. We see a risk aversion across the board. People are moving to a cash position. There is family offices and large funds and individuals. There is certainly a reticence right now what's going to happen at the Federal Reserve. There's also some geopolitical issues right now, obviously Russia and China and others that are really on the horizon that could really be destabilizing the economy. But whatever the Federal Reserve does, Brian, you know well, whatever they do, it's going to make this year a very lumpy and bumpy year, and they're going to be called upon to do some very unpopular things. So it's going to be a wild ride.